Hey everyone, this is Daryl, aka the D from the Simply Incredible podcast. Today I'm talking about my favorite conference, the ACC Basketball Tournament. Oh man, I love this. This is right here is probably one of my favorite times of the year. You got the ACC tournament, then you have the big dance, and then baseball begins. Oh, I love this time of year. Um, and I'm just gonna get my picks for the conference next week. We'll do the big dance, but guys, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Have fun with it because it's all about having fun. No, don't be rude. Just have fun because again, this tournament right here next week, the big dance. I think it's wide open this year. I think this might be the most wide open some of these tournaments have been. And the only reason I'm doing ACC again, I've been an ACC fan since I was just a kid. There was 8 teams in the conference when I first started really paying attention. That's how long it's been. So we just go have fun with it. Today we had 2 games. We had NC State against Wake Forest. NC State won 75-72. I'll break down and talk about some of the players and stuff in a second. And then we had the second game. We had Florida State against Boston College, 88-66. Florida State wins. Poor Boston College. I had a stat today and I couldn't believe it. I assume it must be true. The first team in ACC history to go winless in basketball and football conference play for in the same year. It's like wow, 0 for the conference in 2 sports. That's insane. Poor Boston College. I guess if you need to find a positive, then they can beat. They can't be worse next year. They can only tie it. But man, poor BC. Tomorrow, I want to say it's March 9th, I believe, tomorrow. I think that's what it is, Wednesday, March 9th. Number 8 versus number 9. You have Pitt versus Syracuse. I'm going to take Syracuse in that one. Jim Boeheim, good coach. I cannot think of the Pitt coach. Can't think of him to save my life. I think this right here really could go either way. There's a few games you'll hear me say this on because I think the conference is really that tight. I want to take Syracuse just because I think they're just yay much better. But Pitt wins. I don't think anybody would be surprised. Next, NC State against Duke. NC State, and they have Cat Barber, who very easily could have been Player of the Year. I think if their team was a little bit better, I think he would have been Player of the Year. I think he led the conference in scoring. It might have been like 3 or 4 points ahead of second place per game. That's a lot. Duke, Coach K. Everybody knows Coach K. Year after year, they have a lot of good young players every year. They will have I think didn't they have the ACC Freshman of the Year or First Year player. I'm not sure what they call it, Newcomer of the Year. I'm not sure what they actually call the Rookie of the Year. And Grayson Allen, everybody knows. Most people that will listen to this, they know Grayson Allen, and he trips people. He's kind of a dirty player, but you know what? When he's on his game, there's not a lot of players better than him in the nation, and I don't like that because I'm a Cavalier. But man, that kid is good. I'm gonna take Duke to win that game. Next, we have Clemson against Georgia Tech. I need a coin to flip on this one. I'm gonna take Clemson. Really, no other reason than I think no reason. I mean, I think both teams. Again, this is another one of those. Either team can win, but I'm gonna take Clemson just to pull the. It's not even upside. I just think Clemson is yay much better. That's my real good breakdown of that game. They're yay much better. Next we have Florida State against Virginia Tech. Florida State played today. Virginia Tech's been on a roll. They blocked Miami from winning the conference title on Saturday. Florida State played today. They're really good. They're really long. Got a lot of big, tall guys on the team. Their center, man, I can't think of his name. Big, tall. He's like 7'5" or something like that. I mean, he played real well today. He actually had a breakaway, and it was hilarious. He's so tall, and like 2 steps from half court, and he's dunking the ball. But I'm going to take Virginia Tech. 2 reasons. One, they're on a roll. They've got confidence. Their coach, Buzz Williams, is building something down there. And next year after, don't be surprised if they're fighting for the the top half of the conference, really the top tier of the conference. I think Buzz is that good of a coach. I think the young players are really getting that confidence, and I won't be surprised at all if they're up there toward the top next year. So that's what I'm picking. Now we got North Carolina versus Syracuse. Taking Carolina, I think they're going to kind of roll in this game. I think you have Bryce Johnson, you have Marcus Page. Bryce Johnson could have been Player of the Year. Marcus Page, preseason Player of the Year. They have a few more guys on the team. Coach Williams, I know two different teams got a Coach Williams on it, and I think he's going to have them ready for that game. And I think Carolina probably pretty easy in that game. Next, Notre Dame versus Duke. I'm going to take Duke in this game. They pull a minor upset. I mean, anytime Duke wins a game, it's not an upset. Because, you got Coach K on the sideline. You've got Grayson Allen. You have something Ingram. I can't think of Ingram's first name. He lit up Virginia. But I'm going to take, I'm going to take Duke in that game. Next, my Cavaliers, go Hoos, woohoo, against Clemson. I think UVA is going to handle that one pretty easily. UVA is a team, they can get up by 12 quick, and the other team will slowly pick them apart just because Virginia, sometimes they'll go in those lapses of not being able to score. But the flip side, they have like the number 3 or number 4 defense in the nation, so they can put the clamps down on a team to hold them scoreless for 5 or 6 minutes. But I'm going to take UVA in that game. I think UVA's got a lot of confidence, winning 3 out of the last 4 against 3 really good teams, and lost against Miami. If we had won, I say we because I'm a Cavalier. If UVA had won that game, they lost by 3, I believe. They would have been right there for that number 1 seed in conference. I think they might have actually won it because they beat North Carolina down the stretch. Then Miami, the rematch versus Virginia Tech. If Miami had won Saturday, I think they would have gotten the number 1 seed. I think they would have won the conference. Now they would have been at least tied with North Carolina. I think they would have gotten the nod over Carolina. I'm not sure, but as it is, they dropped to the number 3 seed, which is odd because Miami beat Virginia, which I just kind of assumed that's the tiebreaker. But I heard later on that the tiebreaker was how they did against North Carolina, which doesn't make sense to me. Why isn't it head-to-head? But they said Virginia beat North Carolina and Miami did not, so Virginia got the number 2 seed. I don't know how that worked out, okay? But Miami against Virginia Tech, again, Virginia Tech just beat Miami, so I'm going to take, Miami, Virginia Tech's on a run. I'm going to take Miami. I'm taking 3 out of the top 4 seeds. And here's the thing. I'll say it at the end. I'm taking Miami. So, North Carolina against Duke in the next round. Number 1 versus number 5. Duke easily could have won both regular season games. They end up splitting. Flip side, North Carolina could have easily won both games. When I say easily, I don't mean easily as in like running away with the game, but they could have won. I'm going to take North Carolina, and here's why. One, I think North Carolina's got a better team, but anytime these two teams play, it's a toss-up. But I think that the difference is going to be Duke possibly playing their 3rd game in 3 days as opposed to Carolina playing 2 games in 2 days. So I think that's going to be the difference. And it's hard to play 3, 4, and it's possibly as many as 5 games in 5 days in a conference tournament. So I'm going to take Carolina to make it to the finals. UVA against Miami. I'm going to take, I'm a diehard Cavalier. And I know when I say this, everybody's going, Homer. But let me tell you why I'm taking Virginia. Even though Virginia's not good on the road. That's something to think about as well. UVA actually had a losing record on the road this year. I believe they were 5-6 on the road. They were undefeated at home. I'm going to take UVA, and here's why. I think Miami's just going to have a tougher game than UVA in the previous round. I think Virginia's going to have an easier game against the winner of Clemson, Georgia Tech. I pick Clemson. Then Miami will against the winner of Florida State against Virginia Tech, and I pick Virginia Tech. So I'm going to take UVA against Carolina, the number 1, number 2, and I think basically the winner of this game again, I say it like it's already happened. You know, but the winner of this game, I think, will definitely lock a number one seed in a region in the Big Dance. And if both of them make it to the finals, I think it's very possible both teams could be at number one seeds. It really depends on, I think, Michigan State. If Michigan State wins their conference, they could bump up to a number one seed. And you got Kansas. They should pretty much be a number one seed. Whether they make, I'd say if they make it all the way to their finals, conference finals, I think they'll be a number one seed. And who else is someone else? Villanova. I think that's another team that's in the hunt for number one. So it's a battle for that number one seed over in the four number ones. But yeah, I'm gonna take North Carolina, Virginia. I'm gonna take, man, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna take North Carolina. And to me, and I'll tell you why. I think they want that revenge over Virginia, and that's the only reason I think, because Virginia beat them last week, I think it was. So 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago, and so I think that's really the only reason. I I think it's gonna be a defensive game, and I think three straight games for Virginia, it's gonna hurt their offense more. Virginia's offense isn't great to begin with, and I think if their legs are tired, it's going to make their scoring go down. But I think their defense travels. I think their defense is still going to be good. I think it's, relatively low scoring, like in the 60s. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Carolina's going to just edge it out barely, even though UVA does have a deeper bench. So that's something to look at as well. But I'm going to take Carolina to pull the upset. Hey, it's not even an upset. They're the number one seed in the conference. What am I talking about? Even though Virginia's the number four team in the nation, number three team in the nation, which is odd to me. The Virginia's the number two seed in the conference and a higher national ranking. Interesting how that works. But that's kind of my picks on it, and let the arguments begin. It's going to be a fun week. I'm going for my Who's to win it all. I might be picking against them just so they can win because I'm a jinx. In this conference, I really look at it as like you might have 6 or 7 teams that are good enough to win this conference. I really think it's that deep. And Louisville, I hate that Louisville's kids are not getting to play because of things that happened in the past, and I hate that because that hurts the kids. It doesn't hurt the people that did the stuff on these things, but it is what it is. See how many teams I think can make the big dance? North Carolina, Virginia, Miami, Notre Dame, Duke. I think Virginia Tech is on that bubble. I hear a lot of people saying Clemson, and I don't know if they can make it or not. I've heard Pitt, Syracuse, maybe they may be on a bubble. I mean, there could be as many as 6, 7, 8 teams from the conference. Everybody's saying 7, and I could see as many as 8. But you know what? We'll see what happens this weekend. Should be a fun week. Drop some comments. Let me know who you guys have to win, and let me know what you think. Because again, just have fun with it. Because it's a fun week. Next week begins the big dance. Another fun week, and I'll make more picks then, and y'all can laugh at them because again, I'm a terrible picker. I'm the first to say it. I'm a horrible picker. But anyway, have fun with it and go Who's. You guys have an incredible day.